You so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Cosmic Q&A for June 2025. Halfway, quarter way through a century, halfway through a year. How does that feel? Just saying that energetically. Quarter of a century. Hi, Enrique. Good to see you. So yes, end of June, June 30th. Anybody feeling anything around that as we're on the launch pad, the threshold of a whole new month, right? We've got some interesting stuff coming up. Sophia wanted to share with you some of the energetics before we launch into our Q&A. That this year, we started the year, it was kind of a reflection, a note of reflection. I'm going to put everybody on mute just to keep the integrity. And then when you want to ask a question, I'll just ask you to put yourself off mute. But it was a reflective question from my guidance this morning as I sat in my spiritual contemplation. What's been happening the first half of this year? We're consistently being invited to integrate our spiritual wisdom into every aspect of our lives. And for me, it was, I don't know if you guys remember, back in January, the theme was embodiment. Anybody remember that? We talked a lot about this is a time where spiritual embodiment, we're able to embody these spiritual, non-physical aspects of ourselves, and we don't have to relinquish the body. We can actually bring them in and live in this vibration. We can actually be the spiritual being having a human experience rather than the human being spiritual. This is about adding more spirituality to our everyday existence. And the challenge is, as I was made well aware of, is how to detach. How to detach from some of the energies, some of the emotional waves that you might be working through right now. All of you are aware, many of you, if you're on these calls, Jupiter moved into Cancer, which is a heavily watery time where we will be living a great deal through our emotions. We also have talked, I'm kind of doing a retrospect back on the last 6 months in a sense of this has been about slowing down, dismantling this first half of the year. Anybody feeling that? People feeling that? The slowing down, the things crumbling away, and why does it do that? Why does it have to do that? So we can rebuild. So we can rebuild. And this is what's taking place. You're being called right now to commune more deeply with your soul during this phase. We are right also this coming into the first week of July. We're on the cusp of what they're calling the pre-shadow of another Mercury retrograde. Mercury's coming into retrograde mid-month. And so pay attention to what your thoughts, what's surfacing in your thoughts. And what that might be will be a retread, like you thought you dealt with something, and here it is again. That's what Mercury retrograde brings about. Which life themes are returning for a review? So pay attention, take some notes, get your journals out. And this is an acute time of observation, slowing down. It's kind of the gathering, the final, well, we called it blooming yesterday. Everybody's in full bloom of this so that we can gather all this wisdom to use it as we go into the second half. This is Mercury is going to shape the core lessons of the upcoming retrograde. So stuff is going to give you another chance to observe and review the things that aren't serving you still and align yourself with your soul. more than ever before. I'm also hearing a great wisdom that people from your past are going to pop back in. They're going to cross your mind. They'll even reappear in your life. Anybody feeling any of that already? So welcome these events with awareness. You're being given another chance to revisit old dynamics and approach them in a different way, to clear up misunderstandings and to deepen, deepen, deepen your capacity for connection to your truth. This is about you telling yourself what she called this morning. And it was kind of hard for me to hear. She was asking me, Sophia was asking me to be ruthlessly honest with myself. So, where are we being asked to be more ruthless in our honesty with ourselves, telling ourselves the truth about everything? The more honest and present you can be now through July, the more empowered and effective you will be coming through the retrograde. Your retrograde journey will be. All right. So much is going to be revealed to you as July begins. I just want to preface a little bit. July, the seventh month of a 9 year, but the seven is so spiritual, isn't it? So many sevens are referenced, and it's as though July is kind of the bridge between the above and below, the before and what's coming. So think of this month as being really divine and an opening for all of you, right? All right. So with that, we're gonna go into our Q&A, and I think most of you know how that works. This is an event I do monthly at the end of every month where I sort of answer your questions of what's on your mind, what your journeys are all about, and I bring in Christ Sophia, the energy she's more forward. I'm a conscious trance channel, so I'm present, but Sophia is really the one that is responding. I like to call ourselves that hybrid. And so I'll bring her in and we'll answer your questions. But before I do that, I just also want to make note that July 7th is coming. 7/7. It's Colleen's birthday. As well as it is a highly sacred energy portal that's connected to the frequency of seven, which is your mystical knowledge, your third eye. You have seven chakras. It's all about your psychic gifts and the spiritual archetype of the priestess and the seven. So 7/7 is also the beginning of that opening of the Sirius gateway. So all of us are aware on 8/8 is when Sirius and the pyramids at Giza, they all align, and the spiritual sun. But this is where it opens. It begins to peak, it begins to open on July 7th. So just be in awareness of that as you're entering into this week of celebration here in the United States, to just be mindful of your spiritual journey as well on this entering this 7 month, okay? All right, so if there's a chat, oops, somebody's chatting to me. Okay, great. Thanks, Janet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I will go ahead and bring Christ Sophia in, and as you know, raise your hand using the hand raising function, and I will call upon you and answer the questions to the best of my ability through the lens of the non-physical realm of Sophia. So give me a moment and just bear with me. Bring in your own guides. All of your guides have assembled. They look beautiful, bright, and shiny. Mm. It's an auspicious time to be alive, to be in human form. Mm. All right. Mm. Mm. Welcome, beloveds, and namaste. What a joy it is to be here with each of you. Wow, we've got quite an assembly of earth angels amongst us, yes? How many of you feel you are engaging and stepping out more fully in your soul and spirit work? Hmm? Yes, I see a lot. We feel, see, and know. A lot of you are taking this opportunity as the launch pad, as your springboard into the more. It really is a coming of age, yes? Yes, a quarter of a century you are into this already. This is the century of um, monumental, significant change. You know how every age of yours has a name to it? This will be the age of awakening, yes? The age of awakening, the awakening of the collective consciousness. And you are all a part of that. You will be able to look back upon this time and say, I was there. I was there. I was a part of that. I did my soul spiritual work and participated in that. And for this, we honor and thank you and ask of you to create some self-acknowledgement in the coming days and weeks, all right? As you step into this new echelon, because so much is coming, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So I will go ahead and take questions. I have someone in the chat, but if you could raise your hand and ask it verbally so everyone could hear it, that would be the best form of this, yes? So Mina, I see your hand. Hello, beloved. So good to see you. I see you stepping out in a big way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have you and Connie, to thank for this. It's always echoed in the back of my mind, the encouragement to step out more. And so I'm doing that. I'm saying yes to invitation. And I just did a podcast on Friday. And as I'm doing this, I'm recognizing that certain themes are coming out, I think, that may be asking to be shared. Um, and also, there are, like, let's say, the practical financial considerations of, do I focus on coaching as part of this? Do I try to focus more on speaking engagements? So I guess my question is,
Mm.
any guidance that you have in terms of this launch pad that I find myself on?
Well, I just want to first applaud you and recognize you and give you, massive kudos for being courageous and stepping out on that limb, so to speak. And it will grow stronger as you take more risks with it.
Mm.
And so we want to say yes, yes, and yes. It isn't an either or, it is an and with. It is to do the speaking engagements, which will bring you the coaching. And beloved one, we really see you moving quite rapidly into a group coaching existence where the groups, it will start small at first, but you will have, you will be like a magnet that will be drawing to you. Right now, what is up is confidence and courage. The confidence and courage of being a woman in today's world and not being afraid to speak your voice, yes?
Yeah.
To use your voice in the way that for centuries, we women have not been able to. So this is the greatest platform and service that you can provide at this time. So right now it might seem like the one-on-one coaching is what's, in your near existence, but we see it moving very quickly, even if it is two or three or four people at a time, start to create environments where more than one can gather. Hmm?
Okay.
Podcast
Would
is wonderful. The speaking engagements, the more you can speak, beloved, to groups and be guests upon others' podcasts, the more people you will reach that will be attracted to you and your message. And then always, 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 as you know, create an offering.
Mm,
You know, something that they can step into to begin their work with you, even if it is a consultation or a recorded class or some way where they can begin to understand the depth and breadth of your work. Hmm?
beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, it is beautiful, Mina, and we cannot express how gladdened we are, how just enormously grateful we are.
Mm,
The appreciation is felt. It is two-way. So thank you.
thank you.
Indeed.
Mm,
Indeed.
mm.
Nice deep breaths. All right, Colleen, I see you. Hello, birthday girl, almost birthday girl. Yes.
Hello.
We love your birthday. We might even adopt it and inherit it. Yes. Such a wonderful day.
Um, I have a question regarding my energy.
Mm-hmm.
The last few days, I've had to clear and clear and clear constantly.
Uh-huh.
And I can't seem to get out of this, call it a lull. Today it was affecting my digestion, and I'm just not sure. I always wonder what's going on. I don't know if it's energies coming from the outside, if it's I'm dealing more with my family and my siblings, and I don't know if that's causing some of this. And I know there's some memories being brought up, emotions. It seems like a big cauldron, a big melting pot of a lot of things going on.
Right, right. Well, it is a bit of all of it, yes, combined. Like you said, the melting pot of your emotions and your emotional field is really what's being triggered. Your parasympathetic nervous system is what's being triggered right now. And so grounding, we cannot express how important grounding is for you, literally, beloved, to be outside on the ground, barefoot, sitting, even if you can pile, topple yourself with sand or dirt, bury, submerge your feet or your arms and really feel yourself grounded and connected to Gaia.
Okay.
The magnetic field, the electromagnetic field of Gaia will help you to feel grounded into Earth. And then I want you to imagine with your beautiful toolkit of composting those energies, run that Hara line, that milky white, energy fluid through you, the energy from source that comes down, and we don't want it to be stagnant. Right now it seems to be coalescing in some of your chakras, and in particular your second chakra, beloved.
I can feel it.
Yes, yes, it is one of those things where you can do some breath work and you can sit and remember your Kundalini practice that we worked so diligently upon several months ago.
Okay.
Right, those will begin to help you loosen and to move the energy so it does not stagnate and stay pooled and coalesced within you. And then your breath is the greatest catalyst of releasing. And for you, it's going to require a bit of isolating for you to get away from the energetics that are ping-ponging off of you and to go and you don't want to isolate, but you need some alone time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, you just need to get away from it to do your work and then come back feeling replenished, refreshed, like, okay, empty that cup so that you can receive more.
Okay. Thank
Remember,
you.
it's always moving through you. Never stay stagnant with it, all right?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, indeed. And we are always here to assist you. Hmm? All right. All right, Bonnie. Hello. I see your hand. Hello, beloved Scarlet Princess, the Queen.
Hello, beloved
Hello,
Christ
beloved.
Sophia.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for being here for us
Of
today
course, yes.
and yesterday. Um, I wanted to share this experience that I had a couple of nights ago or mornings. I'm going to just read it, um, and then I ask the question at the end. It's very short.
All right.
And I give my dreams titles. It's called activations, but maybe with a question mark.
All
So,
right.
but as you know, let me just preface that with, I do sit in the sun, soaking up the light codes, sun codes, whatever you want to call them,
Mhm.
every day, and connecting with the Pleiades,
Mhm.
especially with Maya, to activate my DNA, the chromosomes,
Yeah.
mitochondria, whatever it is that they're
Mitochondria.
activating.
Yes.
So anyway, so this is perhaps a result of that or part of that.
All
So
right.
I'm in the liminal state or this kind of very super real experiential dream.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one was I feel this area here, the third eye, and my hips, thighs, sacral, womb chakras. And they're buzzing and tingling. As I'm lying in bed, I can feel I'm half awake, half asleep. It's like goosebumps. Um, and then I see on my forehead, I'm looking at myself now, I see on my forehead, it says 10%. I wake up and I think, oh my God, what was that? And I go to the bathroom, I go back to bed, fall back into the liminal state, happens again. Feel the tingling up in my third eye, crown, head, womb, thighs area, tingling. And now up here on my forehead, it says 7%. So, um, I did share this with Connie yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Connie, you did say a few things about it. And I was thinking it had to do something with the 0 point, but I'm really confused about it. So I wonder if you could speak to this experience.
All right. So the state at which you enter into, beloved, is a state of oneness with the cosmos, yes? You are moving yourself in your dreamlike state, in your liminal state, as you refer to it, as that astral travel state, yes?
Mm,
You feel yourself actually moving from your body into the astral realm when you are here.
mhm,
So, what we are feeling and thinking, what we are seeing for you, beloved, is the percentage by which you are allowing yourself to dissolve into the astral journey, the astral effect of yourself. You would like to go 100%, but if you do so, we need to safeguard some of the aspects of how you're going to get to and from. All right? So, as you're journeying in your dream state, about 10% of your consciousness is aware that you are in the astral travel phenomena.
mhm.
Is this helping you to understand, have a better understanding of where you are straddling? You are straddling your conscious realms, dimensional realms. You can be in any dimension. All of you here can be in any dimension at any time you wish, through your thought process. But it is about preparation. It is about being in the prepared state to allow yourself to move from one state of consciousness to another. So it is not so much about the 0 point. The 0 point is the origination point. It is the origination point of your soul seed, yes, where you return to the nothingness of the universe. You are speaking more about being in the place where about 10% of your consciousness is aware of where you are. So if you want to move more of your consciousness into understanding where you are and have a conscious memory to return that to you and have downloads of information from the cosmos, remembering yourself as a starry soul, this is the journey you are on, beloved. You are remembering your home and from whence you came. So you are returning there over and over again. You have been efforting in a great way, a longing to return. The sisters have been coming to you in a dream state for quite a while now. Now it is up to you to move yourself into that state of recognized awareness of where you travel to them.
And what was the significance of the two areas, the head and the womb.
Well, they are points of your consciousness. So the womb is where they enter you. The womb is your space of creation. It is where all that cosmic energy is what you are. It is like being birthed here in the human form, is the energy center of your womb. You're not a bindu. This is where all consciousness really does enter the physical realm, and you return to the cosmos through that. Think of it as a portal, right? Think of it as your belly button, your cosmic belly button. And your third eye is just your state of awareness around it. It is being activated in your memory bank. It is being activated in the state of consciousness where you actually have a waking conscious memory of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can travel there in all of your states of consciousness. You can bring them into your heart. You can bring them into your solar plexus. But right now, the memories are being stimulated through these two energy centers, vehicles for you, so that they can enter and you can become one with that. You are returning to a sense of your home being, and they are returning to you. I want you to think of it, Bonnie, in the terms of they are channeling you as much as you are channeling them.
That is funny because I had the same feeling
Where are you? There you
just recently. Yes, that
Right.
resonates.
They are bringing in the energy, and they are, they are bringing you back home with them, just as you are going to them and bringing them back here. It is like a, a dual anchoring of energies, if that makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all the path of the oneness aspect of you returning to that. If you want to call it 0.1 oneness, you can refer to it as that. But right now, the percentages is just I don't even want to call it a trickery of the mind, but it is an aspect for you to have understanding of the depth and degree of the amount of integration that is still required for you to fully become that.
Mm-hmm.
It is not to diminish or shame in any way to make you feel like you are less than. It is just to give you a perspective. Hmm?
Makes a lot of
If you
sense.
practice and practice this could be an entire journey for the next 6 months to where you come into wholeness and set yourself a target or a goal. A goal is a very admirable thing to consider. Say 50%. I would like to be at 50% by spring equinox, let's say. And then what would that require of me? And the sisters are all here to support you in that, especially in this corridor right now, beloved, of the month of the seven. Keep in mind the seven sisters are right in tandem with the energy of all the sevens that are aligning for each and every one of you here. We have seven chakras, we have seven seas, we have seven, think of the number seven, how potent and powerful it is.
Can I show you my sketch?
Ah, does it have to do with sevens? There's all your, there's the twins. Beautifully done, beloved. So it is not to confound you as much as it is to tease out of you, for you to seek this deeper, greater inquiry. Yes? It is like digging for treasure.
Mm-hmm.
They are asking you to dig for the treasure in remembering. And so this astral traveling, you can come and go and move interdimensionally at will. This is quite possible for you, beloved. As you become more and more attuned, more and more devoted, more and more dedicated to your journey of, living your spirituality. We talked about this yesterday, yes? What is the quotient of spiritual life that exists within you now? And that is where you can begin to increase. Does this assist you, beloved?
Thank you. Yes.
Indeed. Thank you for being here and asking the question. It is good for everyone to uh, uh, recognize and be in awareness of the power and possibility. We are so limited in your understanding of all of this from the human perspective. I'm going to ask each and every one of you to flip it around and begin to consider the limitless possibility inside of the human framework as you embody more. You are spiritual beings living as a human, not the other way around, yes? Not the other way around. This is the misnomer. This is the illusion that you think you are human with very little spirituality, access to your spiritual power. And quite the opposite is true. But this is the path we've chosen. This is why you're all here right now, engaged in this journey. This is the age of awakening, yes, of which each and every one of you are participating in. You will become masters at this in this lifetime and then come back and return to teach this to others if you are not already doing so. Many of you are here anchored in the understanding that you are here to teach a part of this now. This frequency, it is a frequency, yes? All right. Thank you, Bonnie, for being here. Hello, beloved Terry. How are you? Good to see you today.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
How is your bevy of guides doing? Yes? All around you.
Well, good, great. And you just said you were here to teach, and um, I guess that's what I'm looking at for looking for guidance on, but also just I'm planning on staying down here in Mexico, and by doing through the summer, and by doing so, I would really be isolating myself, and I'm kind of liking that idea, but I'm not too sure if that's what's good for me, or yeah, I'm not too sure if that's what I should be doing, if that's what's good for me, and I don't know, just maybe some guidance on where what kind of path I should be going on. I've been sharing my gifts. I've been leading meditations, leading groups in meditations. I've been doing some restorative yoga and guiding meditations through that. I'm looking at maybe getting some bowls down here and doing some sound healing, and yeah, any advice would be very welcome. Thank you.
Well, you, beloved, are your best avenue of advice. We can clearly see a threshold, a pattern, a lifestyle of yours where this is all highly integrated into your everyday, which it is now. I mean, you awaken and you have a routine, and there are, parts of your life where you are far more spiritual than you were, say, 2 years ago or 5 years ago. Think about yourself even 10 years ago. You are unrecognizable. So begin to know this has been your path, leading you here all along. And we don't see an isolating situation for you. We see you bringing community together. We see you being a catalyst and a leader. You're really stepping out. People look to you for spiritual sustenance. And where your edges are, your growing patterns will be in doing a sound healing now, just expanding your repertoire, expanding your offerings to only to the things, beloved. Your tendency is to want to do things that you love, that make you feel alive. And so if at any time you feel, oh, there is too much pressure on me or too much expectation coming, or I'm feeling that, then cancel it. Do not do it. But your magnetism, your attractor beam, what will bring people to you is the joy that you bring with your work, the authenticity. Remember, this is about ruthlessly honest with yourself. And your honesty is about recognizing and being truthful that your gifts, in fact, are a part of you. You possess them. They are real, beloved. Your gifts are in earnest. You have been cultivating and working on this to where you know without a shadow of a doubt they are undeniably recognized when you feel it and you know it. You're in that sweet spot, yes?
Yeah.
That's where Terry will thrive. That's where Terry will come alive. And the sound healing will just be like an extension of that energy for you. The word that we're hearing in the moment is healing. Claim yourself as the healer. This is a phrase or a terminology. I don't know what the word is in Spanish for the healer, but it is a very attractive word to be used in that culture. Not a witch doctor or a shaman, but a healer, right? You possess this power, beloved, innately, intuitively, ancestrally. So now that you have this beautiful new home, there's a place and a location. I imagine I'm seeing a place where you can host small gatherings, bring people together with more frequency. The place you were in before was a bit smaller, yes, not as
Yeah.
spacious. And this is going to afford you to feel in your comfort zone and at the same time invite people in with caution and with your own set of protocols and parameters around it, but just people that you trust, know, and love. And people look to you in that community. I kid you not, Terry, they see you as a leader and as a beautiful spiritual example of what a pure spiritual life looks like. Yes, even it goes so far as the way you move through town and shop and gather your goods. And it's just like they see you and it's like just like a bit of a goddess image. I know that's a lot. We did not mean to frighten you with that image, but this is the reflection that you're stepping into. All right.
Wow.
Yes, wow is
Thank
right.
you.
Wow is right.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the tendency and the feeling that you are staying in place for the time being will root you and ground you more in this aspect where this becomes more of your home and you have more what we're seeing as time to nest rather than going back and forth and feeling like you have to abandon it right now. Right now is the time of anchoring and nesting and really setting the goals for yourself for the coming year, for the coming half of year.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautifully done, and
Thank you.
we just applaud you for all the work that you invest in not only yourself but your community. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Indeed. All right. Hello, Irene. It's nice to see you. How are you today?
Hello, how are you?
There. We're wonderful. How are you? Good to see you.
I know, same to you. Good to see
Yes.
you finally. I was able to get some time finally. And so yeah. I have so many questions, but I know I only have a few minutes.
All right.
I
Ask away.
um my question I guess is just to see if there's guidance in what I should I'm still struggling with in what my path is, but I just yesterday got a tune for Reiki 2, and so now I'm
Beautiful.
certified Reiki 2.
Beautiful.
Heck, so I
Mhm.
just don't know what to do next. I keep getting this.
Hmm.
I've gotten a few. I guess spiritual people tell me that I'm being called in by Mary to join her and help and assist her with whatever healings or whatever. I'm not sure what it is, but it keeps coming back to me. So I wanted to know what you may think of
Well,
that.
yeah, we are
Mhm.
seeing you, Irene, since we've met you, since we've engaged in a relationship. You have come
Mhm.
a long way, and now you're
Mhm.
stepping more fully into your gifts. It is like I'm seeing a waterfall, a crystalline
Mhm.
waterfall that you are
Mhm.
standing under, allowing
Yeah.
yourself to integrate with all of your gifts. And if anything is going to support you now is to practice, practice, practice that which you've been bestowed
Mhm.
upon, right? These are gifts that are
Yeah.
being activated within you. They are, it's just like turning light switches on. And you want to
Mhm.
invite people in so that you can grow stronger in your element
Yeah.
and know thyself as this is the path. If you do not practice, beloved, the result will be
Mm.
discouragement. Hmm?
Okay.
And so, in order for
Mhm.
you to circumvent discouragement and instead invite in encouragement, is to practice, even if it is asking people that you to volunteer for healings and then to give you
Mhm.
and provide you with feedback. Yes? You want to begin to
Okay. Yeah.
anchor, invite in the understanding that what you do matters. It is taking effect and it is benefiting those
Okay.
that sit before you. So I have people even here. You can put your name out upon the Facebook and email and say, I'm
Mhm.
taking practice clients for 10, 15-minute healing sessions. Who would be interested?
Mhm. Okay.
And
Okay.
allow yourself to find your flow, right? Find your flow and your
Yeah.
rhythm of what your healing proclivities are, of what the healing process for you is,
Okay.
and apply
Okay.
yourself. And then
Yeah.
from there, and then from there, beloved, your next step will be revealed.
Okay.
Your next, if they're like showing it to me as an envelope of expansion, right? It's closed right now, but there's another envelope of expansion that you will recognize. And when you're ready, you'll say, I'm ready to receive that and open that and become more of the channeled healer. Hmm?
Okay. Okay.
But right
Yep.
now, it is feeling that flow, energy move through you and feeling yourself as the conduit for that. Not the one that cures, but the one that
Mhm.
brings healing energy to another. Yes?
Yes. Mhm. Exactly. Yes. Okay. Well, thank
Beautiful.
you.
Beautiful. And again, so proud and
Thank
um,
you.
excited about what's in front of you.
Okay. Well, thank you,
I see it
Alice.
as a beautiful waterfall of crystalline energies really coming toward you.
Mm.
Okay.
Yay. Alrighty. Well, thank
And
you.
thank you very much. Yes. All right,
Excellent.
Catherine, I see you. Hello. I have someone to let in. Hang on. There we
Mhm.
go. All right, we let her in. Hello, Catherine, Reverend Catherine. How is my beautiful sister?
Well,
Yeah.
I am going through some stuff, but in a most, I want to say, transformative way. I I had a big shift um, on Saturday. I normally my soul sister and I we do planetary healing, but when we got together and I went to her place and stayed overnight,
Mhm.
something different happened for the both of us. And I, 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 I really felt I had already released a lot, and I had to. When you were talking about being honest with yourself, like
Mhm.
I released a lot of
Yeah.
past that
Yeah.
came up, and I was honest with why am I doing this to myself, not really being the way I can be in the world, how I know I want to be and I can be, but
Yeah.
I was holding on to some, I could be sabotaging myself, but
It's
we just had this huge thing happen and in our healing, and we did something that we've never done before, and I kind of felt like I went back through my ancestral lineage and I healed it, and also the shaman within me really came out and
Mhm.
said, this is what you need to do. This, you need to do this. You need to do it. You need to heal this way. And I brought me to this place where I felt, and I say this with a lot of humility, but I felt what the real genius is inside of me. I've got to feel that and experience it.
Right,
And
right.
it was kind of, it was mind blowing. It was so mind blowing for both of us because we've been together many lifetimes and we've been doing this certain kind of work. And whew, now I see even more clearly
Oh, thank goodness.
what needs to happen. Yet there is like it is so it's a little bit it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. And maybe I need a little direction to to calm
I
myself down to know that I can do this.
I like that new word, guide direction. You just made something up, which is lovely. So, Catherine, yes, just take a breath. Take a breath. You are in a period in a corridor. I want you to look at it as a threshold, like moving from one place to another, right? You're moving from one location to another, and it is recalibrating in you, right? You are up-leveling, upgrading. There are remembrances coming to you that, beloved, I must remind you, you have worked diligently and devotedly to this path of dissolving away anything that stands between you and the truth of who you are, the cosmic truth of who you are. This is what we are sharing. All of that was protective layers to keep you from that crucible, that inner seed of the truth of who you are, the divine blueprint, why you came here. And it is for the first time in one of your evolutions, one of your iterations, one of your incarnations, where it is finally safe for you to expose that and truly come into that in its fullness so that you do not have to cower and fear and go through many of the lessons that you're shedding. This is a shedding and a composting and an awakening in a way that you can only do it through this life right now. It's calling you. It's been
Yeah.
calling you.
Yeah.
And we just want to offer that to you once again to say, step boldly and bravely and courageously into that light, that reunification with your soul self. They will support you and show you the way. It is like Bonnie here, reuniting with her soul family. Right? You are from another place altogether.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
And they need and want you to be here now. They are already here. You just need to take your seat at that table, yes? You have in so many ways, but this is like the last shedding, I want to say, sort of the last initiation, as we might call it.
Yeah.
It's all right for you to be fully you.
I feel like Master Orion is finally telling me that it's time to really embrace being the galactic connection to what I can bring to human beings here to collect to connect to their cosmic, what they are
They,
cosmically, and also to the cosmic collective, so that the light that we do bring is amplified even more than we can imagine.
Because it is healing, beloved. It is goodness. It is expansion. It is consciousness. It is up-leveling and upgrading all of
Yeah.
humanity. You're only teeter-tottering the last little bit of the threshold that you are waltzing and you are navigating is confidence. Confidence.
Yeah.
Absolute confidence that this is in you and a part of you and something that you can do without even thinking about it.
Yeah,
Without
I
even
felt
thinking
that
about it.
over the weekend. I felt that what we did reached throughout all space and time. And it was
There you go.
pretty humbling. You know?
It is not hubris to speak this. So it is all right to say, this is who I am. I'm going to own it. I'm going to occupy it. I'm going to share it in the groups and the circles and the places where I feel, I'll be accepted. This is not a time for you to go to places where they will, question you and ridicule and shame you for it. That is an old paradigm. There are enough people around now where you can share this goodness and be well accepted and embraced and begin to walk that path. Yes?
Yes.
Right. There are still
Thank
unawakened
you.
beings here that you might
Oh,
encounter. You want to
I
focus on
know.
the awakening piece, right? The awakening piece, right?
I know. And I love, and I really say with so much love in my heart, thank you for this group and this community that we can be ourselves, be who we are and be accepted. And so thank you so much.
Thank
Love
goodness.
you.
Thank goodness we have a place. All types
Yes.
are welcome here.
Yes. Thank goodness.
We need another letter on that LBGTQ, whatever that is. Yes. What letter would be galactic? There's already a G in there, but let's put, a C for cosmos, right? I'll have one of you
Thank you.
come up with that for us on our behalf. Yes. That the galactic needs to be welcomed and embraced as well. Sorting that out and
Bonnie, she in fact invited me here.
oh, you know
So,
each other. How nice.
yes, yeah, we've been in dream work and dream circles for 5 years now. So,
Oh,
um, yeah, this was my first time I was just going to listen, but then I've had something on my heart today. I'm usually very positive. Optimistic, and I spent a little bit of time, perhaps unwisely, looking into this bill that's being voted on in the Senate right now. And I've just been weeping and grief, shock, sadness. I know that the past couple of weeks, uncharacteristically, I've been ill. I had a graduation from a master dream class and spiked a fever right after that and have been ill. So I think probably my general spunk or chutzpah is a little bit lower, but I don't know. I guess I'm just asking, is there any guidance or messages on our way through this time? Like I would love to hear, don't worry, it's not going to pass. We'll come out of this craziness, but I know that may not be what spirit has, but it's what I'm asking.
Well, I am not going to suggest that those of us that care deeply about, the lifestyle and the quality of life for others aren't going to be heavily affected or impacted by what is currently occurring. And indeed, it is tragic. And for those of you that are feelers, and all of you here are such as that, it creates a great stranglehold upon your heart. Yes. And with that, it is a necessary aspect of the evolution, of the crumbling, of the dismantling, of the of the creation and the creating of a new world order to come into place. There has been for so long the tendency that very few control and run the order of things for the masses. And this is what's shifting, beloved. This is what's shifting. People are reorienting themselves, they're reorganizing themselves, they're recalibrating themselves to the understanding that, oh, I have a voice, and when my voice is combined with others, I can rise up and retaliate and create a groundswell or a tidal wave of attention that says this is not what I prefer. And so with that, the message is getting through, but it is not without great resistance. It is still being met with great resistance by those powers to be, but they are weakening, I assure you. They are weakening in their ability to hold to hold the container of the old paradigm. People are wising up, they are understanding their not only their individual power, but their collective power. And so you will see on the outside, beloved, it's going to look like a lot of arguing, a lot of chaos, a lot of infighting. You are seeing people finding their foothold again. They've lost their spiritual moral compass. And it won't come with it won't come without great sacrifice. And that will be the reckoning. But if that needs to occur, it is an event that is, coming, and we will survive it. And you, beloved, are here with all the wherewithal and the tools and the spiritual know-how to help guide others through it, to be a respite in the storm, to be somebody that they can count on for nurturance and peace. Even if it was just sitting on the beach and drumming and chanting, you are sending out a frequency of healing into the universe, helping others. It's like a call. It's like the wailing, letting them know they are safe, they are highly regarded, you are cared for, and we hear you. So do your work and then join with others that you feel in camaraderie with in doing their work. And it will usher us through. But right now it is as though we are in a birth canal, yes? Struggling to birth this new earth. And it is painful and ugly and horrific, and surgeons running all over the operating room in discourse. But I assure you, there is a baby being born. And it will emerge beautiful and lovely, and we will all be in the wake of and awestruck with the miracle of new life. Yes. But that dismantling, and it is not a quick process either. So I'm just going to ask you to hold fast, hold on to your plants, be in your garden, be with your sound, be with your drum, be with your chanting, go into your dream state and see the other, see what's coming, because it is being birthed in the cosmos and coming in to us and then through us. All right? And be well.
Yeah, no, that's helpful, especially about being able to be that kind of place of peace in the storm, because that resonates. So thank you.
Indeed. We all are that place of respite where people can come and know they're safe and they are not alone. They are seen, they are heard, they are felt in their wisdom, and they're not crazy for thinking the thoughts they think. And I would do my utmost to stay away from the influences of external and instead be the inner influence that then ripples out, right? That's the inversion of it, is that we think we're influenced out here, and then that becomes our thoughts. And I am going to encourage you to be the thoughts of your divine spirit, of your divine knowledge, your divine wisdom, and your soul, and then usher and, tutor that thoughts out into the world. You be the influence rather than be influenced, yes?
Yes, Yes.
Right. Change people's minds. When you see something incorrect, say, oh no, that is not true. Instead, this is the other. That is your job.
Mhm.
Thank you for your presence here. We love meeting you. We love meeting another Bonnie.
You can totally do that, Bonnie. Bonnie is a master yoga teacher, Tai Chi teacher, dream master, and channeler as well.
There you go. See, I mean, it is not outside the realm of your reach to say, I know these. Just dig a little deeper in your tool chest, your spiritual alchemy. And whoops, where did she go? Oh, there you are. And begin there. Begin simply. Right. It is that remembrance that it begins with us, beloveds. It is like what makes us feel that peaceful, nurturing, when we are in a state of anxiety or a hyperbolic state of hypersensitivity, or we're highly activated, what do we do? What do we bring into our lifestyle? What is our method of relaxation and calming down our autonomic nervous systems? Yes. And once you bring that down, then you share that with others, either through a blog post or a podcast or a YouTube or a recording or whatever means you can be that influence, even on your own personal Facebook page or your Instagram. Yes? Begin to share that knowledge and wisdom with others, and you will be making a difference. You will be making a difference. Right? So thank you, Bonnie. Appreciate you. Blessed be.
Could um, could I still ask my question?
Sure, Bonnie, go ahead. Other Bonnie.
Thank you, Bonnie. That was a wonderful question.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess it's been about 2 months since I had a mentoring session with you, Connie, Christ Sophia, about coming out, uh, starting a website, starting to teach again, or resuming teaching since COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave me some practical hints.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Wix and do this and do that. So I put that all in place. I launched my website a couple of weeks ago. I have 2 students so far teaching eurythmy, the soul gestures. So my question is there some advice that you could give me, some guidance about how to get out there, how to be more in, get more exposure. That's what I'm asking. I have been, putting some posts on Facebook, um, and emailing some of my friends and so on, but not a major marketing, blast or anything like that.
Well, there are all kinds of what I want to say, behind the scenes algorithms that you are faced with right now. And the marketing world,
Oh, lost your sound. I didn't hear you. The marketing world silenced you.
can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
So there's just a myriad of back end and behind the scenes, beloved, algorithms and what I will call the estuaries of navigation of marketing. Yes, finding who is your audience and how you can amplify your message so that you can reach those that really are attuned to what your offerings are. And without going into all that, I would highly recommend right now taking a class in AI, finding some way that you can begin to understand the powerful tool that it could be without relinquishing your authenticity or your voice in it. And this is going to come online as businesses grow. It is sort of a, what do I want to say? I don't even want to call it a necessary evil, but it is a necessary aspect of what is going to begin to consume what you are hearing, seeing, and reading from the marketing sense. So that would be number one. And then number two is I would highly recommend that you find a coach or someone that can really begin to cultivate and narrow down your unique voice, your story, your truthfulness, your authenticity. Remember, this is about communicating who you are in a way that resonates to find those that are your clientele and your people. And all of that takes a certain expertise that when you don't have it and you're navigating this new world, it has changed, beloved, in the last 2 months, let alone the last 6 months, let alone the last year. And that speed and rapidity of marketing information and how it is flowing out into the lexicon is going to accelerate even more. And so if you want to begin to capture, it is creating an understanding of yourself, of how you can participate in it without sacrificing your integrity or your truthfulness.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can begin to operate in a way that makes you feel like you're not missing out, you're not losing ground, and you're just putting stuff out there that is just not even, effective.
Mm-hmm.
So being a guest on podcasts, being, someone out there that is sharing your voice in platforms and arenas and audiences that don't know you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're communicating to a lot of people that know you. Ask them, do you know someone who would offer me a guest spot or start recording some of your gifts, 10, 15 minute, even 7, 8 minute long snapshots of what you do. People are not reading anymore, beloved. They are watching. So you might consider putting more video out as well. These are just some of the very top line, just basic, who knows is Mina here. She could be a resource for you on what works in the marketing world. But I think everyone is, I don't want to say struggling, but they're navigating this new accelerated environment. And it is not for the faint of heart, beloved. You have to allocate a certain portion of your mind, your heart, your time, your energy, your resources to say, I'm going to focus on this in my life. Right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I hope this is helpful for you.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Indeed.
Love you.
Indeed, I love you back. Thank you so much. Hello, Monica. I see your hand. This is the last question we'll take for the night. So, hello, how may I help you, beloved?
Oh, what an honor. I thank you, beautiful Chris Sophia, and hi to Jesus, Mary, and all the beautiful staff.
Everyone says hello. How are you today?
Thank you. On the beloved of Mary being a mother, I really want to ask you, my mother and my grandmother, were they ascended masters or an angel? Because I say since I was 4, I all the way till she passed on to heaven. She made it. I saw Metatron, Michael Tilker, um, constantly was helping her even when I was a kid, escaping her and helping her. And my grandma too. She was extremely old in her ways.
Mm-hmm.
I really need clarification. The question is, were they ascended masters? So who were they? My mom and grandma.
Your mother and grandmother, yes?
Yeah, they're gone already. Yes.
Yes, I can see that. Well, yes, they were aligned, beloved. They were, they were doing their work, their soul work here. And absolutely, just like you and everyone here, you have a soul team. We all have a soul team that we come in with. We all have a collective, a group, an environment, and oftentimes a particular guide that steps forward and works with us more intimately, yes? And your grandmother was very gifted, yes? She had a clear sense of connection to the spirit world, the spirit realm. She was deeply intuitive. She had an immense trust and faith. I want to call it faith. She had an unwavering faith in that guided her. Yes. She may not have identified it as such, but I'm seeing clearly that she recognized it more through the eyes of the church and her religious beliefs. She was staunch in her religious beliefs.
Yes.
Your mother was influenced by that, but was not as taken in by the church's philosophy and what do we want to say, their structure, to buy in completely to that. She had a bit more of a free will. She was more of a they're showing me a bit of a highly spirited woman, yes?
Yes.
And so she too, although she did not clearly identify necessarily with one particular guide, she was influenced and prayed often and frequently to the divine realms, Mother Mary and the feminine deities as such. She had a great affinity and a close-knit relationship with Mother Mary, and relied upon her quite a bit in her life.
Yes.
So I would not say that they necessarily embodied the consciousness, that is who they were, and they walked around the earth plane as such, but each of them had connection and the depth of understanding that they were intuitive and that they were influenced and that they created a lot of their thoughts and their beliefs and turned their struggles over when they knew it was too much for them. Yes?
Yes.
Unlike you, beloved, who you're aligned with and you channel and the information, and you have relinquished and allowed yourself to be used by the divine realm to speak messages and bring that forth. Your mother and your grandmother did not do it in the same way, but they certainly were speaking for the divine realms in a lot of their advice and their counsel and their communication, their love, and the way they expressed love, not only to you, but to all of their siblings and family members.
Yes.
They had a great amount of tolerance and patience, Monica.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Your grandmother in particular, she was a very devout woman, I can see.
Yes.
Does this help you?
Yes. A question, if you don't mind, are there? I saw them in heaven. Are they both together in heaven, or within reach of? Please, that's all I ask.
They are indeed. They've reunited and they are here with you right now. If you
Thank
just call their name and reach out, and I would even invite and recommend a picture or some kind of a memory that you can focus and do some soul gazing with them, and you will feel their spirit and their energy all around you, particularly your grandmother. She watches over you with earnest.
you.
Yeah.
Well,
She is
um,
she is one that prays about you daily, if not hourly.
my God.
She is still there with you, and there are even grandmothers that she is connected with that are, helping to assist you.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are all there with you, and you are not alone, beloved. You just have to close your eyes and speak their name, and they will be there for you.
That's beautiful.
As,
And
as are
I,
you. And it's so funny that today, now I understand, I found two feathers today.
wow.
I now know who they are. They came in. I was not aware that you would be on the call today, and I was told that these are representation of someone here tonight, and now I see these as your mother and grandmother. So these I gift to you.
Thank you. It confirms. It confirms what I saw when I saw Manatron and Michael take my mom and my grandma when they both departed. I saw it clearly.
Beautiful. Yes. And take is relative. escort and they usher and they become like a guardian, yes?
Yes.
They're helper beings, yes. All right. Thank you for your time here, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and relinquish and bring Connie back. And I thank you for your presence. I thank you for your hearts. I thank you for your illuminated souls. Walk in spirit, beloveds. Walk in the light and the illuminated form of that which you know yourself. Elevate your thought forms and patterns. Do not dwell in the lower vibrational field, for it does not serve you and it will not help you to rise and elevate, because where we are going is all light. And you will be escorts and ushers and chaperones for the others. As they reach the very milestones that you've reached, you can help them in understanding this path. That is what is happening now. Humanity is awakening, and you are the helpers and the ushers and the chaperones of that awakening. So I bid you all well, be well this month. July is a very creative month, and we will talk more about that in our Soul Magic coming in a week or more on the second Tuesday of July. And can't wait to be with you until then. Namaste. I feel tickled inside. Do you ever feel a tickling? Like they're tickling you from the yeah. Catherine, you like that. You know when you're tickled, you're like, ooh, like stop that, stop that. And I feel like I'm being tickled from the inside. Anne Marie, you know what I'm talking about, right? All right, beloveds. Thank you. I'm very hot. You guys packed a lot of energy. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Your questions, I hope we responded to them adequately. I felt strong presence in all of you. All of your guides are here, as mine are, and you are equal channels as Sophia. So tune into your own wisdom as well. We love you, and we'll see you Tuesday, July, whatever that date is. I think it's the 10th. Okay? Mwah. Until then.
Thank you, Connie.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Connie.
much.
Bye, everybody. Have a good week.
Love you.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th.
Happy 7-7.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th. Happy 7-7. Yay.